Hi, Bishop Pete. You're the Bishop of Sheffield and have been for the last, how many years?
6.
6 years. Tell me, what have you learned about leading a diocese into a more missional direction in the last 6 years?
I've learned that it's really difficult. I've learned that the currents against a missional focus are very strong. And I've learnt that in order to do it, it has to be my primary focus all the time. So it requires relentless persistence at making it the number one priority.
Okay. And that's because we're basically in a habit, in a maintenance direction, a traditional inherited direction.
Yeah, and because growth is also hard to achieve, and that requires. So I think of a gradient, quite a steep gradient. That the growth of the church requires a climb, and that climb requires both energy and intentionality. And because it's a gradient, it's against you.
Right.
So if you stop being energetic
Yep.
and you stop being intentional about the climb,
I gotcha.
you stand still or you go back downhill.
Yeah. So it's hard. You've got to be intentional. Anything else you want to just add to that?
Well, I've discovered that God is good, and that God gives the growth. So in the end, it's not impossible.
Right.
So there is always enough fruitfulness to encourage us to keep going.
Yeah. Thank you so much for those encouraging words.
Great pleasure.
Yep. Thank you. God
Okay.
bless.